This is Men Talk Live with Robert Drew, Clifton Gwynn, and Anthony Martin. We're live, no redos.
All right, welcome to Men Talk Live, episode 2. Live, no redos. It's the third time y'all seen us, but it's the second legit episode. Hey, we're going to do it the same way we always do. Before we get into it, quick introduction. Starting on the other end, we got my man Cliff the comedian. Okay.
All
then
right.
we got
No cheers.
nothing. Okay. We got our special guest today. Be easy with us.
How y'all doing?
All right. That's some of y'all might know him by his government name, Brooks Harris.
Yeah.
All right. And to my right here, the star of the show in his own mind.
Who y'all came to see.
Robert
It's me.
Drew.
Yeah.
Most of y'all
Yeah.
just know him as Drew.
Drew.
And then we got myself, y'all know me as Anthony Martin. I'm Uncle Ant though. I'm like that uncle that just tell you what's really going on. Baby, maybe you should not wear your clothes like that because you look like you might do some things. So I'm gonna be your uncle. I'm gonna tell you how it is.
You
I'ma
sound
tell
like
the
a
truth.
grandma. Not
sound
an
like
uncle.
grandma?
You sound like a grandma, not an uncle. Baby.
Well,
I
can't say what I can't say maybe the way I would say it.
I know you messed up.
You-
We can't even
gonna just
edit
do
that.
that?
We can't even do that.
Okay,
even
like I
edit
said, it's live, no redos. Y'all comment, let us know what's going on. Clearly, Drew got comments, so I know y'all got comments too. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. We looking for hearts and happy faces, thumbs up. But if you got mad faces for Drew, go ahead and give them to him. We breaking records around here. So, hey, when y'all do have questions, we got my man over here.
Better be pissed
D-Man,
on than pissed off.
the founder, the head of the Man in Me, just the one who started us all, Isaac Bro. Y'all can't see him, but give it up for him. We clapping, I'm clapping for him. Isaac, tell the people what's going on.
What's going on? Thank you for tuning in.
All right, appreciate you. Hey, look, we just gonna jump into it today. We're not gonna get on our topic yet, but we couldn't go without talking about it. We'd be remiss if we just skipped over it. Man, what do y'all think about what took place in Charlottesville, Virginia, man?
I'm pissed. I'm pissed the hell off. As a black man, I mean, how much do we got to take? I try to analyze what Donald Trump said, our president, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to pray for him, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we should do. That's what we should do. But, I mean, it was two sides that were bad, and it's over a statue. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know why somebody thought they had to drive a Challenger, through the crowd like it was a zombie apocalypse. That's what I want to know. Were we on Walking Dead or was we protesting? That's what I want to know, bro. It's crazy. The world is crazy. But if we allow ourselves as black people to get angry, that's what they want us to do. And act out, because there was only one picture of one black dude with the cornrows and the slit in the head. That's the only black person I've seen out there that was even a part of Black Lives Matter. It's just crazy. I just do not understand. And the media is really hyping this up like crazy. And for a second, I got angry. For a second, I really got angry. I got upset. And I wanted to be a Panther for a second. I wanted to be a Black Panther, all that. I was upset.
I got a little bit upset too, but I'm gonna tell you why I got upset. I got upset because if you followed everything that happened, at one point, not too far from the same the situation you're talking about, the guy that had gas, and you said the black gentleman, he was attacked by, I think it was 6 Caucasian gentlemen. 6 people attacked this dude. He's bleeding everywhere. We don't know who these dudes are. Nobody's trying to find them. Right up the street in where was it? Durham, North Carolina. They topple a statue and a young black woman, she was 22, I think she's a college student, matter of fact, gets arrested on felony charges for knocking over a statue. She knocks over a statue. She's arrested on felony charges. The sheriff said, I'm trying to pursue this to the fullest. 6 other people beat a real person,
real life,
bleeding, and all of this. It's on film. No one cares. Nobody's trying to hunt them down. I don't understand. I don't understand, but I do, because I'm used to it at this point. That's what makes you mad. That's what makes you angry. Matter of fact, most of the people, when I was watching it, that were congregating in the, whatever they call it, some people say Black Lives Matter, or the anti-fascism group that came up against the neo-Nazi group, most of them weren't black.
You know my thing.
The reason I can tell you they weren't black, because the cops wasn't beating on them and trying to disperse it and all of that.
Was Donald Trump talking about a keyboard? He was like alt-left and the alt-right group. I was like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
I was like, you talking about a QWERTY keyboard? I don't know what he was talking about,
when
man.
the KKK was out there, the KKK was like, I'll fight for this flag, we do this for that flag, and da-da-da-da-da-da. But then, I was like, you know what? Now, fight for your flag now. They don't want to fight for the flag. You know what I think they are? It's a bunch of pussies. Because, you know, in the beginning, they always say, I'm going to fight for the flag. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Now fight for your flag now. But you know, you want to mess with that little black boy that's going to the store, that little black boy that's going to school. So it kind of pisses me off on that end. I already knew. This has been repeating itself. History has been repeating itself over and over and over.
Yeah,
This is not now. It's a good time for KKK to say, okay, this is what we're talking about. We're out here going to protect our flag.
If you really looking, it's because whites are becoming the minority. So they got to get their last little stroke.
Yeah.
They got to get their last. They got to get that last little stroke in, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got Walking
Didn't
Dead
they put
stuff on
Trump in
TV.
there? Didn't all the people?
A lot of people did say
Trump
this is what Trump was working toward. They tried to throw him in there. He didn't himself. But one thing I'll say, because I don't want to make it about a black and white, because that's what everybody tries to make it. It's about, man, just respecting the next man. Because to be honest with you, I don't agree with nothing those people were saying, but they had their little permit. As long as they wasn't being violent or doing stuff. I mean, obviously, I probably think most of the stuff they were doing was offensive, but it was legal. Just like we have the right to go to the exact same place, fill out the exact same permit, and do our own little rally, or do whatever, you know, express our views in the same way. So, yeah, that's offensive, but every time something is offensive, I can't go yelling in people's faces or trying to fight them, because that's not going to get me anywhere.
What Beasley going to say?
Yeah, I just think it's just straight bullshit all around. Like what you just said was history repeat itself. It's not going away. Now it went from a race thing, and the media tried to blow it up as a just race thing. It's a man thing. Man just respecting the man, as you said. If we, Black Lives Matter or any pro minority group or whatever the case may be, would try to do things, or march or do things in a non-violent way, the media publicizes it in a negative way. If it's done on the alternative side or whatever, it's okay. Now I understand what you said. They did have permits and they did have this, that, but they showed up with ready to go. Like, you know, I mean, you take it back. Like, was the March on Selma, Martin Luther King, whatever. Like, okay, we're not marching on sidewalks no more, but you getting pissed off years and years and years and years. You getting called out your name. Laws set up to go against you, and
get that bag it out of here.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like after a while, it's just you get frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna say, like, you know how it's been instances where primarily us black males and females, you know, have rioted, you know, due to decisions or bad decisions, you know, in the courts and so forth. And it's ignorance shown on our part, but at the same time, it's so much built up frustration. It's like, if y'all ain't gonna fight for us, or you speak for us, or at least treat us like a human being, then F it. You know what I mean? So.
No, I'm with you. So let's go there then. We talking about that frustration, because this men talk, right? We talking about things that men deal with. I know I deal with that frustration, but I know it's how you deal with it. Because like you talking about rioting and all that, that actually just hurts your own community.
Definitely, yeah,
there's no sense in it. But at the same time, I feel like at least because I can only speak for a black man because that's all I've been in my whole life.
Your whole life.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Ain't no change. Ain't really
take
no
a break.
change.
Let's get on my Michael Jackson, Sammy Sosa kind of thing. I'm gonna be black, but I that frustration, it happens a lot, and it happens in places where I can't deal with it the same way I see other people deal with it, or I have to hold it in a lot, and that's something that even I have to teach my kids. I work with youth. I have to teach them. You can't do what you want to do. You can't do what you see those other people doing. You know, you see them, they in videos talking crazy, F you, dad, whatever.
Yeah.
I can't do none of that. You know, people
You
call
sound
me.
like the what is that show called? The Underground Railroad. You said we can't do that. We can't go. Master said we can't. When can we? Obama couldn't either.
And that's a perfect example. That's somebody who learned. He showed us how to fly above it. See,
And he still get criticized from him. He still, even this stuff right now,
It's his fault.
It's his fault.
It was
But,
his fault.
but look what happens in the end, though. There is no way. I mean, you can say it all day, but there's no way you can blame that man for the stuff that's going on right now. And you can clearly see what's happening. So in the end, he wins. But I understand. So maybe y'all can help me. I'll just say for me, how I deal with that frustration. Sometimes I have to go to like a wiser man. Sometimes I have to go, sometimes I have to go get on the punching bag, whatever I got to do, get it out. And, you know, it don't take me long to get tired. So, 1, 2, 3, I'm good.
But frustration leads to destruction, man. That's all. You get frustrated, destruction, disaster happens every time you get frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Every time a storm comes along, it's a lot of frustration. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff built up, and then stuff started getting wrecked. You see what I'm saying? But what I don't really understand is if I put on a hood or whatever. You remember that with the Trayvon Martin little situation? Right. I'm considered a thug or hood or whatever like that. But these men have masks on, like a ski mask.
Yeah,
they have machine guns on their back. But they allowed to just walk because they got a permit. Free. So all I need to do if I want to wear me a FUBU hoodie, if I want to wear me a hoodie, is I got to get a permit. Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, this is crazy, man. I do not understand it. And when are we gonna start being black politicians? We're gonna start being black cops, because if we're a cop as a black man, you're a snitch. Yeah. If we're educated, you're a schoolboy. Yeah. So when are we gonna be good people? Because to our community, you know what I'm saying? When can we become an FBI agent or whatever without being called a snitch?
So real quick, I'm with you. Just also, if you do get that permit, don't put that hoodie on.
Oh, I know better than that. And I'm not gonna drink no Arizona tea, and I ain't gonna have no Skittles either.
Yeah, don't do it.
I'm not gonna do none of that. Cause that makes you a thug. I never seen a thug eating the Skittles.
What can we do now? What can we do to close this out? What can we do now to get with the viewers watching? What could you do now? What can we do now just to keep going? Just to set an example.
I think we need to hold each other accountable. Like when you see your bruh messing up, don't call the cops. Go talk to your bruh. Like chill out, man. You don't need to do that. That's what we need to do, man. Yeah. We need to be like everything ain't cool no more. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's cool not to have no dad. Man, hold people accountable.
Yeah.
Hold people accountable. That's what we got to do.
Hold accountable. Not call the 12 when as soon as you get irritated, you get a hair up your ass, you got to call the 12. What you want to do is try to work it out in your communities. That's
who is 12? I just the cops. Okay.
I was like, oh my goodness.
You got to start at the lower level. You definitely do. But I think it's even deeper than that in the sense of, how can you change history? You don't even know your history. That's one thing about that. Okay. Now, we already know that the school systems or whatever, you already know America's a lie, pretty much. It's been built off of people dying and a lot of bad stuff, whatever the case may be. I think more than anything, or maybe it's just me, a lot of things are getting exposed. But what are we doing to teach the right history or teach our kids, whatever the case may be, instead of putting our kids in front of Love and Hip Hop every day and just try to do something? I ain't trying to knock it. If you want to look at it, I mean, if you want to,
empowered.
Cardi B, but I'm just saying, like, come on, man, like, you can look at some ignorant stuff, whatever. We all may do something ignorant to a certain extent or whatever, but if you're gonna try to change, like you gotta change, like you said, you gotta start it from your household first and foremost. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And like you said, like we are so used to, especially in our culture these days, you're called forgive my language, you called a pussy or a hoe or whatever the case may be, because you want to do something in the right direction to help somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, just because Future ain't saying it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever. Most of them crackheads anyway, but you know, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. So I don't know, man. It's just
No,
crazy,
I,
man.
I appreciate it.
Good.
No,
good
that
point,
was good.
point.
Like I said, we just wanted to say our little piece about it. Again, we're not political. I can speak for myself and probably everybody up here. Love this country. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else. But we can all admit it has its flaws just like everybody else's.
Well, we gotta wrap this part up.
But actually, since we're talking about this country, we're talking about some of the things going on, some of the things that are the wounds that are being exposed, some of the baggage we got in this country. Man, let's talk about. Let's shift that same conversation about baggage, but let's shift it to baggage in a relationship, relationship issues, things we have to go through. That's what we have our special guest today. It's going to be interesting. But before we get into that, we gotta go back. Just for those of you who weren't with us last week, quick recap. Last week we talked about dating, marriage, and shacking up. Couple quick points. My man Drew here almost incited a riot with some ladies about. He said he can't date her. Make sure I'm getting it right. He can't date her if she don't make at least 30,000.
I'm up in the ante to about 50K, man. I mean,
You went up to 50.
Hey, a lot of the viewers said 30K was weak, so we going up to about 50K.
So,
I agree.
So
I agree.
What about
No,
that
you
FICO,
don't
though?
say.
What about that
Wait,
FICO?
first of all,
What
you
about
said
FICO?
you agree with me. That was not my opinion. That was yours.
Right.
You agree with yourself. So
I ain't no man.
ain't your man faces that way. So then the other thing you said, you can't
Credit
trust them if they got a low credit score.
Right.
And what we didn't clarify, what's the cutoff?
I'm gonna say is, so we can be fair. 630.
630. If they don't have a 630, you can't mess with them.
630. No.
They made a couple mistakes in college. They got that credit card, got that
Did they
Best Buy
even go to
credit card.
college? They go to college.
Oh, okay.
Cosmetology don't count as college. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
CNA, you can get a certificate. That's not college.
I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it right there.
All right.
We're gonna leave. Look, that was the wrap up. We're gonna leave that.
I just
We're gonna
let
leave
you
that
know,
in
man.
last week.
Hey, y'all keep on, man. Keep your head up. Tupac.
Okay. So
Dear mama.
So yeah, clearly your dating talent pool is kind of small, but that's all right. So speaking of dating, we're talking about baggage, things that people come into relationships with. Let me just ask you. We're gonna start off with this. What's a deal breaker besides the things we just talked about? Some you find out, some baggage that they may have. Everything's going good. You find out down the road something's going wrong. What is that thing for you? Deal breaker.
A deal breaker?
That some baggage, something they got in their life going on.
I say if they got some kids they ain't claim.
Excuse me. Some kid, if they got some kids you didn't know about.
Yeah.
They just come
Or,
about it.
I got a 1 kid minimum. You got more than 1 kid, I can't deal with you, man.
That's gonna be a maximum.
Yeah, huh? The maximum, yeah. The
Yes.
minimum, yeah. So the max and the minimum. The minimum is 0. Oh, ooh,
So you got-
boo.
so
So
you
they
got
can
the 1
throw some
kid
wild
maximum.
faces over there. Ooh, dummy, thumbs down. Y'all got me.
So you got 1 kid maximum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man. Like
Yeah,
1 to
yeah,
the
for real.
max.
Hey, comment. Let us know what y'all think.
I
1 kid
met
maximum,
you
but
halfway. Halfway.
Halfway, you'll give them 1.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you? What's a deal breaker? Something you find out about, been dating, this pops up.
I think it's the same thing, man. Because if you don't claim your kids or if you don't have your kids, I mean, motherhood in itself is a definition in itself. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, there's some issues going on. Now, I ain't trying to judge you, but at the same time, like if you a mom without your kids, like, yeah.
So you're like, I ain't trying to judge you, but guilty.
Yeah.
No dice. Okay. What's up? You got any?
My deal breaker.
Yeah, what's the deal breaker? I mean, you've been married
I've
for
been married
how many
17
years? Like,
I've been
okay,
with my wife 17 years.
17
So my
years.
deal breaker, I don't really know. Even I gotta go way back. So that's probably gonna sound immature anyway. You know, me going back there. I'm just happy to be married. I'm good. Move on. Next question.
Good job, brother. Good job, brother.
You trying to get some? You trying to get some good sleep tonight?
Yeah.
You ain't going to the couch. That's the only couch you're gonna be on right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine. Honestly, this is not the best answer. I'm gonna agree with Cliff. Really.
Oh, really?
Because it was a good answer, man.
So you want to have me and you have the show? Because they're actually scared. Yeah.
You know what? I will say when I was younger though, it was kids. Period. Like it was no kids. I didn't want any kids. That was because look, that's your kids, and I've seen it a lot of times. I can't discipline your kids. I can't talk to them. Now we got to deal with the dad. I had situations where I was 17. I was talking to this lady. She was 22. She had a couple kids, and she was like, "Come over. We can go out." I went over there, and one of the baby daddies showed up, and he was just sitting there. And I ain't gonna lie, dude was like maybe 4'11" or something, but he was real swole though. Like he looked like he went to work.
Go tear them kneecaps up.
And then he just lifted weight, like he just ate the weight. He was just swole for no reason. We was just sitting on the couch. He was like, "What's up, bro?" I was like, "What's up, then?" And we was just sitting there. We ain't talk. I ain't look at that dude. He ain't look at me. It was real awkward.
Right.
And I was like, I ain't even really trying to be with this girl. Why am I dealing with all of this? And then he left, and later she was like, he won't know why you was mean mugging him. And I was like, nah, you know what? I can't do this.
Yeah.
And so just even that little experience let me know I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, that's too much baggage. You got a question? You got a question?
You got a question?
Got a question.
What you
Yeah,
got?
got a question. Well, or a statement, shall I say. Shannon said that I recently came to the realization that even though I have more than one child, I am not looking for a guy with more than one child, so no judgment. So you got somebody a little bit on your side.
Oh
bit.
yeah, appreciate that comment,
yeah.
man. Thank you for not the math face. That's we can agree to disagree.
So I want to make sure I understand. They have more than one child, but he can't have more than one child.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a Brady bunch. I don't blame her.
Okay.
You know how high it is to live in Austin.
I
mean,
do,
like,
actually.
yeah.
Crazy.
So,
Okay, so I guess to let y'all in on the viewers, we brought my man Be Easy here for obviously for a reason. So if you could share with us, just give us a little bit of history. Tell us about you. Just tell us about you in general, but then tell us some of the things you told us why we brought you on. We're talking about these things in this relationship baggage. Tell us a little bit about your history.
North Carolina native, been in Texas since 05, prior military. That's how I met this guy.
veteran. Give us some likes.
I have 3 beautiful kids, and been married, divorced. I think that's why I'm kind of up in this situation right now. So basically, let's get straight to it. My ex-wife, won't call no names, but she decided to go to the dark side in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Basically, she went to a female. Let's just put it that way. And don't even look at me like my game ain't strong. It's there. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
I mean,
yeah,
you don't gotta,
I'm talking to the audience out there. Like, yeah.
So we understand.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that's basically. Yeah, you just wanted me to. That's it, right? I thought y'all was gonna come with the questions. Like,
no, you dropped the bomb on us, baby. You dropped the bomb on us. I knew what it was gonna be, but then it just hurt because your voice was like, oh my god.
So
Hey,
you was married, and you said your wife left you for a woman.
I was with my ex-wife. Well, we was together like a little over 5 years, and we got married. I think at like the 4-year point, and it was shaky, rocky. Like, I had some faults along with her, or whatever the case may be. But the ultimate thing was, I already knew that she was doing her thing. I didn't know it was with a woman, but
So this is eating carpet straight up.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you, did it?
Now, I want to ask this question. Did you invite her? Because, I mean, if I would have ran up on my wife and she was getting ate up, I was like, let me see if we can work this out. I might be my first question.
No.
Versus if I saw a dude in there piping my wife down, I'm probably kill both of them. But if it was vice versa,
Yeah. My thing is, I always been like this, even when I was in my whole days. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I'm with you and you're my girl, I don't care if it's. I do care if it's another female to come along. If we do have this menage or whatever the case may be, you're not gonna be on this level. You're gonna be wherever. You're gonna be wavering or whatever the case may be. I didn't catch her like in the act, but I've seen some things. I have confirmation, so on and so forth. And to answer your question, no, ain't no way in the hell.
You was gonna bring her.
Yeah, she was
ugly.
She was, yeah.
Yeah, I seen her.
Yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Macho Man. No, let me see if I get it. Hey, but you got a question?
Well, first of all, we gotta get one of them parental advisory joints on the corner. So, did it make a difference that it was a woman? Like,
hell yeah, it made a difference. I'm not gonna see him.
What you did is mad. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna front. That shit hurt my feelings, man. I ain't gonna front. I started questioning myself, like, what was I doing?
Right.
Yeah. Like,
so the argument was more like, I'm slinging this pipe and she ain't slinging shit, and you leave her for me? I mean, you leave me for her?
But I already know what it was. Like, that money is something serious. Like, at that time.
Total upgrade.
Yeah.
I seen the house. I mean, I would have left you too. I seen the house, the car, all that stuff.
The Amazon had the girl that he used had that house.
That made her bad. I thought she was fine after I seen that. Alexis, the mansion, and the dog. All that dropped on him. I said, man. I said, she the upgraded. She drunk some lemonade on you, Jake. Beyonce.
Jigaboo.
Yeah.
Oh, you jigaboo.
I was asking, I be the maid over there, the butler.
God.
Yeah, man.
Nah, that's cool.
Okay,
we got another
comments.
question. Comments was
I got a couple of comments. I got one from Don. Said makes a man feel with a little inadequacy, and then Gerard says adultery is adultery no matter the gender.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
That is true.
That's my point.
So my question is, I mean, I know you got a relationship with God, obviously because we're friends. You know what I'm saying? I know you saved, you got salvation. Did you try to go get counseling in the church, like to try to make things work?
Prior. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit here in front like I was the best. I had my faults too, but it was nothing like that. But this is my thing where I was, like I said, I'm saved. I was a member of this church. I went to
Don't say the church.
an assistant. No, I'm not gonna do that. I went to the assistant pastor. I was seeing him, getting like some counseling and whatever the case may be. He give me advice or whatever the case. She wasn't that much into church. She would go, but she wasn't that deep into it. So she would come pretty much off of my invite. You know what I mean?
Hi, hey.
Yeah, so we was getting the counseling or whatever. Honestly, we was having problems up to that point. And the deciding factor of us getting married in my book was him.
Yeah.
But come to find out, after everything hit the fan, this dude was trying to get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was trying to smash.
So the preacher's in there popping it.
Bob.
So
she was a nice looking woman. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie.
they're giving him Genesis.
I know her. I
Numbers,
said sister a couple
numbers,
times, but she's nice
Genesis,
looking woman.
Exodus, numbers,
She's a
numbers.
nice looking woman. I told him to go back to her. I said, man, don't do this, man.
All right.
It's not worth it. God loves y'all, man. I'm just married. She was
special prayer meeting.
Yeah.
Just me and her.
Yeah.
Hey, so on a serious tip, how were you before you met her, and how were you after you met her?
At the point in time when we first met, I was pretty much, I'm not gonna lie, I was in a rut. I just got out of a relationship, and you can call it vulnerability or whatever the case may be. We end up, talking and so forth. But I had charges, you know what I'm saying, I was dealing with. I couldn't get an adequate job, because of these charges and so forth. I had things like potential, but I would get a job, and it was like, oh, your record, no. Like I have all these, certifications and, degree or whatever, but, due to that fact, I'm not going to sit here in front either. I used to drink a lot.
Okay.
A whole lot.
Would
That
you,
kind
would
of
you say that made an effect?
Yeah, I definitely, yeah, definitely. That's why when I say I'm not the perfect person, I used to drink a lot, kind of to numb a lot of things. You know,
Band-Aid.
Yeah. It was kind of like a little PTSD things from the war, whatever the case may be, and other things I just didn't know because I didn't have a father growing up. So a lot of things I didn't understand. I was getting into the family aspect where I'm actually raising kids. Wow. So I'm getting attacked from her in certain ways. And I'm trying to do the best I can, you know, even though I couldn't do this, I still go grind and get this, or I try to do this to make up for what I couldn't do financially, or I would treat it like the best I could, you know, but it just wasn't enough, you know, basically what it came down to.
So the effects of it, like the effects that she did, it affects you in your relationship now. Like if y'all at you being, she like, oh, I like that girl hair bow, or something like, what you want, does that?
Oh yeah, it definitely does. Like I would like to say I'm in a far better place. Thank God, like prayer works, and really, like God, really, oh my gosh, because I never thought I would get out there right, like after the fact, you know. But a lot of females, like I said, men are scoring. This is why I finally realized. A friend of mine, I went to go East Texas, and we were just chopping it up. She was like, "B, like you just scored." I'm like, nah, man, like for real. So I've been divorced like what 3-4 years. Even now, like I think I chase away females, even good females, because of that thing. Any little thing, you know, that kind of triggers something, I'm just like, nah, you know, like.
Well, let me ask you this. Because we hear this argument a lot of times. I know we've done it, like Men Talk Experience. Women will say, you know, I have a few kids, and then automatically, because we actually just said it, guys act like, you know, I'm off the market, I'm not good enough, they don't want me, or whatever. Do you kind of feel that way? Do you feel like it's any hope at this point? Like that you can get back out there, you start trusting again, or do you feel like women treat you that way because you have the children and what's going on?
It's hope, like, you know what I'm saying. But are you asking because I have kids? Do you think that I can find someone, like, you know what I'm saying, or is anybody going to accept me because? Well,
there's two questions. Do you feel from your inside yourself, yeah, I can get there again to that place? But the other question was, we hear the women talk about that a lot, that the men don't want to be, or they say they don't want to get involved with that situation. Do you get the same thing as a man in that situation?
I do feel that I can get back to that point. It's just time, you know. Right. Like I say, in comparison to where I was a few years ago until now, it's like a total, like 180, you know. But I still have some of the doubts. Pretty much like as far as the females, how they were look at me in the sense of like, okay, he's had this baggage, not baggage in the sense of kids or whatever, which I do have kids, but my kids ain't no baggage. Right. I take care of my kids.
That's what's
yeah, but I know about baggage as far as like from a mental aspect and so forth. Right. Will they be able to deal with it? It's tough. I have someone I've been talking to for a couple months, and I can't take that step because of the way I feel. And I already know, even in the past, like, you know, some of the females, they just get tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not this person. Why are you putting me in this scope? You know, and I'm like, I'm not trying to put you in this scope, but because of such and such and such happened, then I have to think about these things, you know. But just as a male, just like it is for a female, it is for a male as well. Like, a lot of females like to, well, you hear it more often, a lot of females like to say, you know, men ain't nothing, because of, you know, the things that they've been through and so forth. That thing can go both ways. Like, you know, whatever's devastating is devastating to a man, woman, and these days transgender, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
hey man, chill out before they get us.
Yeah. We got a couple of questions. We got 2 more questions.
I got a question. From J Rod, he says, how many of y'all would stay with your spouse after she confesses her adultery, with a sincere apology, wanting to stay with you?
I mean, honestly, I say some crazy stuff, but I think everybody deserves a second chance. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think everybody deserves a second chance. I mean, like, everybody make mistakes. I think everybody that made a mistake, and you ain't made your worst mistake in your life because you ain't dead yet. So I believe everybody make a mistake. And if she came to you and told you the truth, that means I think she's ready. And you didn't catch her. I mean, I think she's ready to change at that point.
You have to look at how genuine it is, just like you said.
Yeah.
If she's taking that step or whatever the case may be, it's a little different. I mean, it's gonna be tough because double standard or not, the way I look at it is, my lady sleeps with somebody, male, female, whatever. I'm devastated, like for real. Like, you know,
As long as she ain't give him no head.
You know, but for us, you know what I'm
she ain't give
saying?
him no head. If she ain't give him no head, I'm good, man. I just to be honest, it don't count, man. Like intercourse is straight, but the head, like did you do how long? How long was you on that joint?
Is that a cabinet? That's a cabinet.
How long was you on it? Was it bigger than mine?
You got a whole checklist.
Yeah, that's a checklist. Was it bigger than mine?
Did you spit on
Did
it?
he hit you from the back?
Spit on it.
Wow.
Did he see your tattoo?
How did you grab it? How did you hold it?
Yeah.
How did you grab it?
Okay, myself, that's a difficult question to answer because my wife might be watching.
She gonna get off the...
Well, no,
Done with this show, Anthony. I am done.
I'm just saying this ain't no freebie. I'm just saying, I'm with you. Everybody deserves a second chance, but don't take that as, you know, let me go do this. Nah, so I don't want to just give permission like that. So just for the sake of that, I'm gonna say I'm gonna leave. It's done.
Yeah.
We over. Nah, I believe in second chance. I believe, you know, it'd be some prayer because I had to go to God on that. God, what do you want? Because I probably would want to leave. Because like the things you were saying, I'd be devastated. I don't know that they would ever go away.
But just like you said too, you definitely got to be a man of God for that one purpose. Because I would not be where I'm at, like as far as on the mental thing or what. I'm still trying to get better, but he know I was messed up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and only because of God, like I prayed and actually had the faith for it, and I wanted to get better and so forth. Like now, I can speak to my ex-wife and all. It's whatever. Like, you know, but not then.
But then I'm be honest too.
Would
Also,
you ever do it?
Nah, G.
Also, I'm kind of petty too, so I'm sure everything would go back to that. You know, hey, you ate all the cereal. That's how you do. You always doing stuff.
Yeah.
Look, I can't even have no
Same
cereal.
cereal that nigga bought.
Captain Crunch.
Fruit
Loop.
I probably would just go there.
I always go back to it.
Yeah. So I probably would try to stay with her and she'd leave me.
I think it's more like society. We caught up on how we look. You know, nobody ever really want to leave that person, but then your homeboy is like, you don't want to look stupid. You know what I'm saying? And I think the female too, like a female will stay there, ride or die for you, but her homegirls get in her head.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's over.
It's a wrap. It's like she dating them, but they single. You know what I'm saying? They single like a dollar bill. You feel me? So I think you should do it if you want to stay, man. Don't let anybody else influence you. Cause I mean that mistake could just have been the enemy to knock you off from your wife.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to start looking at life in a different perspective, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we always looking at everything bad, whatever, but everybody deserves a second chance. Just, you know, not to be preached, not to be a pastor in here, but God gave us, he never gave up on us. You feel what I'm saying? Hey now, hey, glory! Jesus! He never gave up on us. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this question though. Yo, you think people get married these days because of the image? Because I'm married, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for the likes.
Look at me, I'm married, but you don't know how hard that shit is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sweat, you think I look clean on the stuff, but if I'm on the show, I'm dirty, working, sweating, getting it done. But it is, man, taking care of your marriage is hard work. And if you say you love this person and you put in blood, sweat, you could go to work all day. And that guy could piss you off that's next to you. And you won't say shit to him. Oh, okay, yeah, all right, have a good day, yeah. Oh, you drink up all the coffee, it's okay, because you know that feeds your family. But when you get home, you want to go out talking all that shit, running your mouth to your wife. Treat her better than you treat that person, that coworker.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Got me fired up.
What you got, Isaac? What you got?
Somebody fired up.
We got a question from Don. Says, how could you trust someone again after that? It would be there in the back of your mind, and anytime they went somewhere, you would wonder if that was what they were doing. Also, it would depend on if you have children. I know that I should not make a difference, but I think it would.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what I was just saying. At least me, I'm just playing it over. You know, I'm probably getting it in, and I'm thinking about, you know, he was right here.
Yes. Right here.
Right here. Right on the table.
Right here.
Right on the table. No, if you get canceled, you got to invest in yourself. So if you go through something like a car accident, some people get in a car accident, they cannot drive anymore.
Right.
They got to get canceled. They got to cancel, go through some issues, and you got to deal with yourself. If an airplane was going down and crashing, right, and you had your baby on your lap, who would you give oxygen to first? The baby or yourself? If this plane is about to crash,
You got to give it to yourself first. I mean,
Thank you. And so that's what you got to do. So, Don, for your question is, you got to work on yourself, player, and work on yourself, and then you can work on other things.
I don't think you want to hear that.
Get rid of that table, Don. Don, if he slammed over that table, get rid of the table. She was banging on the side of the couch. Get rid of the couch.
I hate to keep bringing up this credit situation, but say you didn't pay somebody back, you didn't pay your cash and check loan back, but you really desperately need another loan. You would want them to give you another chance, right? Right. So what if that woman coming to you desperate and she really needs you? You ain't gonna give her another chance? Or just like this, you get into a devastating crash, boom, you know what I'm saying, you got an overseas job. But you got to get back to that job again, so you got to catch another plane again. So
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, so why not give somebody else another chance? You never know when they desperate or when you need them in your life or when they purposed in your life.
That's cool, but you came from one perspective. You were talking about the loan and you want the other loan. You ain't paid the first loan. Don is coming from the loan company perspective. We can't give you no more money.
I know, but I'm saying, but you want another chance. I know, but you want another chance, man. You desperate. You want another chance, man. Like, come on, man. Y'all got on me with the mad face with the credit score, but I'm just talking about.
Have you ever been to the loan company?
No.
They not having that conversation.
They're like, oh, here come Cliff again. Tell him I went to the
Lock the
bathroom.
doors.
Tell him I'm gonna break. Tell him I'm gonna break.
No, and I do understand that get the second chance, and like you said, you're right. God gives second chances, and
the loan officer don't do it.
Yeah, the loan officer don't do it. But no, I can understand where Don is coming from. It's really every person. I can't say you should just go back to every situation. There's some you probably need to be out of, depending on what's going on. But if she, and then it depends how many times, how many people. If she got a roster, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't do that.
But if you met her somewhere where she was fornicating at. Right?
You should expect that.
Look at the triple B. If you met her and you met her in the local strip club and you want to take off the pole, you got to expect that because she's used to pleasing men all day. And you mad because somebody else is throwing them ones at her. You know what I'm saying?
That made sense to you when you just said that.
Yeah.
We got another question.
Someone, Nicole, says she just want to share some things. She says, I want to say that I really enjoy the show, and you guys are hilarious. Trust me, I'm prior service, and she was cheated on too.
Oh, yes.
Thanks for saying that guys are scoring too. It just takes time to get over.
No problem, Nicole.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you for watching, Nicole. We'll see you next week, too.
Yeah, please come back. We won't cheat on you.
Where you stationed at?
Look at me. No, I didn't mean it for that. Look at that profile. Hey.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. A little bit off subject.
I just heard that.
Hey.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Kristen says she deserves a second chance.
What's Kristen's last name?
Gwen.
Yes.
Don't touch that.
Cecil. She's still mad about Cecil. Let Cecil go, brother. Cecil just had a better truck than you. Now you got a good truck. Now.
So I'm gonna bring you in on the story. So what happened was when me and my wife was dating before we had kids, she had a friend that she used to talk to all the time. His name was Cecil. Had a badass truck. And I had to come into town and tell him, holler at it. I was like, come holler at it. I'm like, say, who's that dude? Because he came in one day when I was coming. He just pulled up. F-150, tinted, banging. My car, I got like a busted up Cougar sitting outside. Window don't go down. The other window don't go up. work when he wants to. And I was like, so who is this? She was like, oh, he's just a friend. But my ass busted car. He got a lit truck. The F-150 when it just came out, I was like, skinny? They got fat man. You know how long it took me to even get this far? And then she was like, oh, he's just a friend. I'm like, this just don't resonate with me. That just don't resonate. Dude, you know, he has a nice truck and it was crazy. So that's where you get to see.
So y'all talking about second chances. You mad at Cecil? He ain't even done nothing.
He ain't even done nothing.
He just rolled up.
Yeah, he right. Matter of fact, that night I checked his Facebook. I was like, look at this nigga like that. Nigga, I dropped 200 pounds. Cecil, you know, you don't even know me. Last week, he doesn't even know me.
I won.
He doesn't know me.
You was stalking Cecil last week?
Oh man, come on.
Man.
Get off of fucking Cecil. Leave Cecil alone. Oh shit! Oh man!
So like if I could be honest, if I went through some stuff like that, I was doing right. I was in the church going getting counseling. Wouldn't you kind of be upset with the church and be upset with God at this point?
Oh yeah.
My faith in God won't waver. You know what I'm saying? So, but the church, I won't even say the church as a whole. Like I said, I heard things about him prior to, but I wasn't gonna judge. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna
So
prejudge.
he knocking everybody
Yeah,
down.
it's like he got a little history. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like
man.
the pastor of that church, love him to death. Great guy. You know what I'm saying?
Bring
like
the word.
Yeah, this dude just a snake. Like it is what it is. You know. So I mean, it is what. But you know, I take it as a learning experience because I'm a better person at this moment. Like I'm a stronger person in other ways.
that's
Like
what's up.
you know what I mean? So. It is what it is. You just
Driving
gotta take it
better,
for what it is.
living
Like
better, all
you
that.
can take a situation and just pout and get down on yourself and whatever, make excuses, or you can climb out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, life is too short to be sad and
Like,
unhappy all the damn
It's
time.
like Breen. I feel like I should just bust out and never would have made it or something.
Yeah.
Did I ask that question already? But how did it take effect of the kids? Because you can tell the passion you have for your children, you know, and how that. Could you speak on that a little bit? How did it affect the kids and especially people around you? Because I know for experience, people like to judge you and judge the book of the cover. And, oh, he ain't gonna be nothing. He's just there to do this, or he's just there. He ain't gonna last. How did the people around affect you, and how did it affect the kids in your mindset?
Well, let me tell you like how people looking at me first. They were looking at me like I was crazy. Even Drew. He was like, bro, you tripping, man.
Yeah.
I was like, no, man, I know, let's follow her, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I was
like,
like,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
no,
no, you
yeah.
tripping.
Yeah.
Like, now they was like, okay, my bad. Whatever
Yeah, I
case may
did.
be.
I had to say,
But
man.
as far as the kids, man, it's definitely going to affect. Like, I put it in this perspective. If someone is an abusive parent, you know what I'm saying, and their kids see that all the time, it's definitely going to affect them in a major way.
That's right.
You know, whether they're going to have low self-esteem because they feel like nothing, or they're gonna grow up, you know, abusing their spouse or whatever the case may be. Now, I'm not the one to judge, but I know what I believe in. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen firsthand with my child, with the kids or whatever, they're confused. In certain ways they're confused. Like my daughter the other day was on YouTube, and she's young, but she knows the little emojis or whatever, and I had to stop her from going on YouTube because she'll put something in and it'll be something that comes up where two girls are kissing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that pisses me off.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, like, let my child grow up and make her own damn decision. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But don't, because you want to act this way or do this or whatever the case may be, don't instill that in my child's head. So, yeah, it's a major effect, man. Major effect. Like, not just, you know, with that portion of it, but it's just ridiculous, man. I'm trying to be very I'm trying to calm down a little bit, but man,
Pause for the cause. If y'all enjoying this show, hit some likes. Let me see some likes. Give me some
Subscribe,
hearts.
share, do all that
oh,
stuff.
Some hearts. Give
Yes.
Drew some hearts.
Yes, man,
Drew needs
I
some
deserve
hearts.
some hearts today.
Yes.
Hey,
heart,
yeah, let us
please.
know. Hashtag Men Talk Live.
Yeah, tell me. That's what we like about it. That's what we like, that you can be able to communicate. You can tell what you want. Like Burger King.
Hey, we need some sound. Brr, brr.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sound effects.
so I got a question. I know in the you know the sex department, I know it's got to be kind of like, you know, messing with your insecurities that, you know.
no, that was brief. That
It was brief.
No,
Real
I'm
talk?
Gucci.
Real
Like, I don't have to brag, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Like, I'm straight. I ain't gonna-
Honestly, I would have lost it.
Yeah, but like initially, like
I'ma
I'm be
take-
real about it. Initially, yeah, you question yourself. Like, you know,
you get
like
upset.
but-
I ain't gonna never lie. My friend told me, "Say, man, let's go run a train on a chick." A while back, and I was like, "Nah, dude, I'm not that type because I'm the type where if I'm if I sit
When are you too old? When are you too old to run a train on a girl? That's what I want to know.
Listen. I'm gonna get to the point. And he was like, "Why not?" I said, "Because I'm the dude that call a girl, like, say, what you doing?" You know, after everybody smashed on, I'm like, "So you want to get a burger?" Say, "Hey, who's there in the background? Hey, who's that?" I'm that dude. So, like, if I love my wife all the way. So that's why I say when you say, "Oh, I'm Gucci, I'm good," I'm like, man, I don't know how I could be that way. Because even if I beat the dude's ass in the bed, whoop his ass, I'm still gonna have an issue. I'm still gonna be like, damn, what happened? Why you do that? You know, I'm just not that dude. I can't be like, oh, it's good. You know,
No, like I said, initially it was. Like I said, over time. And you know, like heals wound over time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like this didn't happen, 3-4 years ago. So,
Yeah,
you know, but yeah, it took a minute. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here in front. Like, I'm definitely not to go live in front of the cameras. I have nothing to hide. It is what it is. Like, you know what I
argue
mean?
my
Yeah.
wife right now. Just because.
So what kind of like
Keep
I
on
believe
the
I believe wholeheartedly if you're human, you know what I'm saying, everybody go through the same things. So like, you know, a brother that's probably too ashamed to you know, say they going through this, whatever. What kind of advice can you give them? Like, do you stay and have that threesome or what? I mean,
I think I would say first, and you guys touched on it earlier, love yourself first before you even get in a relationship.
Y'all hear that?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna tell you the honest God truth too. I was in that stage of trying to find myself. Like, I knew I was, but you know, trying to find myself in a sense. You know, but due to life in general, like, you know, I had some doubts about myself, this and the third. So I was searching for a love. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people make that mistake these days. You know what I'm saying? They just try to find somebody else to complete them. If you're not in love with yourself, but if you don't love yourself, how you gonna love somebody else? How you gonna know how to treat them, or how you gonna know how to work on this, that, and the third? You know. So that's my advice. Secondly, and we touched on it earlier too. Marriage is a job, yo, for real. Like, to modern society, I knew when I was growing up, those married, they'd be married 50, 60, 70 years, and you know what I'm saying, like Jimmy Earl them, you know. You know what I mean? But now it's literally like just for a show.
Yeah.
Just for a show.
Likes I can get.
Yeah, such I got married, got a big ring, we got a house, they divorced in 3 months, next year, or whatever the case may be. Like,
Yeah.
Me and my wife was gonna do renew our vows, and I saw how much it cost. I was like, man, I'd rather us go on vacation and do all that, hopping out of helicopters, jumping out the boat. You know, with that part on the you know, that song, and then you go jump out on the boat. Man, I ain't doing all that.
So you saw the building. You was like, the first one is still good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The vows are still good. They ain't gonna
We could just do a
expire.
Facebook memory.
hey, let's take
could
this
get more
snapshot.
likes than likes.
There you go. Remember I said that. I said that.
Look at my boo.
Yeah, boo. Remember this? Yeah.
So you said earlier we were talking. You got a non-profit organization. I seen you do some real good stuff, man. You had this video. I don't know if they could still upload it, where you gave the homeless food and all that when you was going through your situation. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying. That's a good. You know,
That's
we can
what's
clap
up.
for that.
That's what's up.
Yeah. You know.
That's what's up. This is some
Yeah.
hearts.
Yeah.
Some hearts.
Yeah.
Some
Boom,
hearts.
boom. Oh, no hearts. No hearts. Yeah. So you gave the and then you do music too, right? So do you think this little thing got a big influence on your music?
Oh yeah, that's why, you know what, like all my trials and like a lot of the ignorant stuff I done and the situations I was in and so on, I got out of it or whatever by the grace of God and so forth. I'm using it as, you know, testimony. Like I make some ignorant music. I ain't gonna sit here and front.
That's why I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
You got this song about two girls. It's a party. That's what you don't want to get. Nah.
Yeah, but no, the primary, like most of my songs are like, it really talking about some real stuff. You know what I mean? Like real life situations. Like, you know.
Where can we find your music?
Oh, www.bezbaby.net, bezbaby.net. So
So you got all different kind of music. Is it? Did it?
I mean, the primary
effect is it like some CeeLo Green?
Oh no! Like, if you had to compare it, it'd be kind of like J. Cole, Nas, that type of thing.
Oh, you gonna put yourself on that level?
No, I mean,
I'm just saying. I'm just hating. I'm just hating. Like,
What was it
relax.
again? What was it again?
www.beasybaby.net.
That's what's up. I'll check it out.
Baby. All right. So it's about that time. Real quick, if each of y'all can give us one nugget to go out on this show,
Who would that be?
what would
If
it
you
be,
don't,
man?
if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Oh, also, can it be a nugget that you did not give last week? I didn't
He
say
gave that one smooth. He gave that so smooth.
You fall, don't get back up. Go 922 or 311. It's not 911.
No, it was good last week.
Hey,
It was
so
good
does
this
he
week.
love out?
You gave us some good stuff. You got anything else for us? Give us just a nugget.
Just love yourself, man. I think that's the biggest thing I can take from this whole segment, and just in life in general. Love yourself. You don't have to think you. It's a line between being selfish and loving yourself. You know what I mean? So
What you got?
I would say don't get upset and don't think it's strange that things happen to you, and don't get upset at the people that God is rejecting out your life.
That's good.
Good. So
A lot
yeah,
better this week.
big word.
Hey, get in my inbox.
hey, like
Hey!
like everybody was saying, it's a love thing. It's all about love. First, loving yourself. How's anybody else gonna know how to treat you if you don't tell them how to do it? You gotta love you and show other people the way you want to be loved, just the same. That about does it for this week's episode of Men Talk Live. Again, we want your comments. Hashtag Men Talk Live. Follow, subscribe. At Men Talk Live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We want to know what you got to say. We want to tell us about you. Tell us whatever. Hey, this is my situation. Talk on it. Let us know. What else y'all got? Oh, real quick. Commercial. September 23rd, Saturday. We got the Mastering Manhood Conference. If you're in Austin, that's going to be at the Austin Community College Eastview campus. Starts at 9. I'm registered. I think we all are.
I am about to register.
He's about to register.
Black Lives Matter.
Look it up. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be
All lives
put on. We
matter.
have great people there.
I'm going to be performing at Spinners October the 21st. Y'all
Oh, you ain't
out.
put me on that gig?
Come out, drinks. It's going to be great. We're going to get lit. We're going to have fun. It's going to enjoy ourselves. I know I don't get to hang out with a lot of people because I got a lot of responsibilities, but on my birthday, I really take a day out so everybody can get together and we can enjoy ourselves.
All right.
Oh, no. We ain't done yet. Hold on.
We're not done.
Do Right Production. We got a whole lineup of shows. Monday, TT, The Uncut Truth. Tuesday, Couture with On the Floor with Couture. Wednesday, we have On the Floor. Not On the Floor. What am I talking about? It's my shows. I don't even know what the shows is. We got Lady Joy. She'll be back in September. We got this show on Thursday nights. And we got The White Brother with Real Talk TV. No, not Real Talk TV. Man, I'm all
Because
that
our
up.
show is the best. No, I'm just like,
I did not say that.
I said it.
We got White Brother coming on Friday. He'll be up here tonight, tomorrow night. So check all those shows out.
You did
I
better this
appreciate
week.
everybody coming out, watching these shows. And man, I can't even get in with these dudes, so that's why I stay in the background.
Hey, that was
shout out to Do Right.
Do Right Productions.
Yeah, he's
We're
Do Right.
gonna have you on. You're gonna be one of our guests. I'm gonna go get
Yeah.
on the board, and you can come be the guest.
Great.
And
Yes.
it probably won't broadcast if I do it.
It'll just show you.
Just show me on the board. But no, we appreciate y'all. We love you. We want to see you again. Same time, same place next week. We got something amazing for you again. We want to give it up to our special guest, Be Easy.
Brooks Harris. Brooks Harris.
Man.
Hey, thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service. Stand up, show the lady something. Take your shirt off, like you said. I don't know.
Every week, you try to get somebody to take their shirt off.
Oh, no, don't
Last
put me
week
out
was
there like.
you. This week is him.
Hey, we trying to get them likes up,
Trying to
man.
promote Foxes and stuff.
All right.
Hey, thanks, Don. You guys
Thank
are
you.
wonderful.
We love you.
Yeah.
That's a wrap. Let us know what you think.
Do it! Just do it! No, what are you waiting for?
Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it!